officer was based on internal standards, not on state law. So we never made a determination that any type of law was violated. But internally, we have certain practices, certain training that we adhere to. Evidence came to my attention that we were not adhering to that training or those tactics that were deployed that night were not consistent with our training or tactics, and for that reason, that probationary employee was terminated.
Can you describe the training and tactics that were not adhered to?
I can't go into great detail because I think Mr. Larizzo said that the video itself or any details of the case are going to be sealed. But I can tell you that when we apprehend people, criminals, we still have to do it in the safest manner that we can do it possible. And again, we have to react dynamically to different situations. We can't have a rule book on every situation, but in general, we have to be careful when we drive a vehicle, when we operate a motor vehicle or any other apparatus. And we made a determination, I did specifically, that it didn't meet our internal standards or policies for a probationary employee.
Are you going to be changing policies due to this incident?
Well, we're an accredited agency. We're accredited with CFA. Part of that accreditation process is that we constantly review policies and tactics, and we want the best practices. So we will be reviewing that. I'm not telling you we're going to change it, but we're going to look at it, and if there needs to be tweaked or adjusted. The last thing we want is any agency or included to ever have a tragedy like this, because regardless of criminal charges, a person's life was lost, and that's always a tragedy.
You heard Crystal Brown, and she's still so devastated by all of this. Have things changed as a result of this in your department, do you feel?
I think things are changing for a positive. I can tell you that initially, within 48 hours, I met with Mike Williams. He's the president of the West Volusia chapter of the NAACP. Very good man. We've had open discussions. We've been in constant contact with each other. We started an initiative as a group involving Mike Williams, some other community leaders, especially in our African American community. Every other week we go out on community walks where we're actually going door to door, we're knocking on doors, we're introducing ourselves, we're seeing how we can improve our service. So again, this is a tragedy regardless of criminal charges. We are going to evaluate our policies and our tactics to see if we need to make any adjustments, or was this a tragedy.
What have you learned on your door-to-door walks?
Actually, they've been very positive. I'm not going to tell you we haven't had any criticisms, we have. But overwhelmingly, it's been very supportive. It's been a good learning experience, to be honest with you. And we're trying to gauge our reaction and our responses to the community based on their true needs. And I think we're getting a better understanding of, what's really happening in neighborhoods and what needs to be addressed. It might be a minor juvenile complaint. It might be street lighting. It could be anything. It could be law enforcement presence. So I think the more communication we have, the better it is for everyone. Thank you.